Is a 1920s Caterpillar 20. 20. And 1932 Caterpillar Small 15. It's a John Deere General Purpose, or GP. This 1937 low radiator John Deere G was donated to Heartland Museum in 2013. A Rock Island H3, 1912. Here's some stagecoaches. There's so much to see here. There's another building to do yet too. And then if we go to their kind of their junk area, the stuff that they didn't restore yet. Potato digger. Back there says the Oliver Chilled Plow Works made this 5-row horse-drawn grain drill for planting small grains such as wheat, barley, oats, and rye. A little 5-row thing there. How you pull that with a 4-wheeler? Here's an Oliver number 23 2-way plow. Good for smaller irregular fields, hillsides, terraced, or irrigated fields. Leaves no dead furrows. All are thrown in the same direction. A bunch of plows up there, some more stagecoaches. Walking plows are manufactured by hundreds of companies and used until the early 1900s when tractors began to replace horses. An unfun trucking, small town business doing big things. Here's a bunch of horse stuff. And here is a bunch of old cars. Now these are all like, some of these are wooden here. Some aircraft carrier, not even warships. Old boats. And toys. You'll see a lot of toys coming up here. There's kind of a little display of actor George Reeves. And I don't know much about it. I know that Christopher Reeves did the original Superman movies. And I don't know if this is his dad or how they're related. I have to look it up. And I don't have cell signal in here, so I can't do it on the spot. But here's the swath of fabric from a cape worn by George Reeves in the Adventures of Superman. The cape was originally obtained from the Superman Museum located in Minneapolis, Illinois. Adventures of Superman was one of the most popular TV shows in the 1950s. This is an old freezer. International Harvester. The old McCormick F-12 Farmall. There's like a railroad train type thing. A lot of train cars and stuff. North Central Antique Tractor Club. John Deere B, 1935. Some stationaries. An old chainsaw. to David Bradley. Look at this, the Brigson Stratton turning a belt, turning this grinder with grinding stones. That's old. Leroy Ice Saw, made in Madison, Wisconsin. It looks like you take that on the ice. For ice fishing or rescue or whatever. They even put in an escalator for me. You gotta make sure this works. If it don't work, then they gotta be told about it. Yeah. You gotta make sure this stuff works. No, I go tumbling down. Thought it would rotate. Upstairs here they got toys. Toys and more toys. Here is a Caterpillar display. Here is like older trucks and stuff, NASCARs, miscellaneous. Here's construction. Here's a bunch of cranes. Here's miscellaneous, couple Olivers, with Oliver down there, 77 and a Sycamore. Here's aircraft, planes. That looks like a stealth bomber. This is a Super 99 Franklin Mint that I have. Some military, big bud, big one and a little one. Looks like, I think the one with the black hood is like a 525. This is 320. A 660 and a 77 with cultivators. I think I got both of them. Some Silver Kings. Bunch of Olivers up here. Got 770, 88 LP, 88 on that rock display. That one I have. 77 Orchard, Super 77, 77, Super 77. There's a painting on a big saw blade. There's a bunch of John Deere stuff. It ain't hard to find that. John Deere's everywhere as far as toys. But pretty nice collection. Look at the John's Rat. I don't think I've ever seen one of them. Not a little model. Yeah, they're some more toys. That one looks like a Cars one. The movie Cars. There's a Terra bottle, 1950, and 1850. That's an old one, like original one. 1850. That's the 8th scale. What else is interesting in here? Some neat snowmobiles up there. And there's more Olivers. There's a 1555. An original manure spreader. Baler, it's an old style baler. Plow, 77 LP, 77 regular, Super 77. A 1950T. 1950T with a cab. 2255 on the end. And that's a 1555, I think. There's some old cars. It's a large scale too. And then semis. This is an old church. St. John's Lutheran Church. And then the horse display. And then this is the last one here. This one just has a lot of the 77 with a mounted picker up there. And a lot of cranes and stuff. Ooh, down is, oh man, down is great. Yeah, I might end up in the Minneapolis Moline there. Works. So here's the main museum part, like where you pay in the office and everything, and what I just showed you. And across the street here, First Avenue, there's a little shed there full of tractors. That's where the Big Bud was last time I was here. Here's an old McCormick Deering Iron Mule, it says. What is that big tank? Is that like a dump truck? Yeah, you can throw stones in there. It looks like it dumps. Never seen something like that before. Here's an old like a model of a church. And then let's see what's in here. Heartland Museum. It looks like a brother to the Big Bud. It's got those fenders in the back. All right. So we have a shed full of tractors. I'm gonna probably go over this a little quicker. There's the Ingersoll, probably Rand. Lawnmower, it's a case. Here's a case. I don't know the number on this one. Allis D10. John Deere AO. Allis Chalmers. That would be a D model, but I don't know which one. D12 Series 3. So that's a D10, probably a different series. It's got a black grill. John Deere 420. And there's a Lanz. This thing is looks like a dump thing. Right in the back, it's got rams to dump it. A John Deere 620 high crop and a 720 high crop. There's some Olivers coming up. A Ford 4040 HD Industrial crawler. Here's an Oliver Super 77. And a Oliver row crop 88 high crop. So you can see how high it is here. It's It's pretty much waist high front axle, and then a rear axle to have a drop box. So it goes down the chain in there. And then we got a Super 88 diesel high crop. Fender extenders in that one. All these are painted up so nice. Oliver Super 77 LP Orchard. That's a rare one. See, again, you have the headlights down, protecting from the branches hitting them. Super 88 diesel high crop. So just like that one. There's one here too. This one I know is really rare. I know during the Lyle Dumont auction, he kept his 1600 four-wheel drive. But 1600 four-wheel drive, mechanical front. And I know it's rare on a 1600. Here's the 770. Be like the eggcrate or the new style LP high crop. So basically rare, rare, rare. And they got the tapered nameplate from Cockshut, and it's got the newer styling to be styled like the 100 series. Fender extenders on here. That is a rare machine. Here's a Super 77 diesel high crop, so like the 88s. 77 version in the high crop. Here's a case. Looks like a boom loader on it. Another case. There's an older one. An RC. Looks like Endgate Seeder. Used to plant oats. It required 2 people, one to drive the tractor or horses, and one to scoop the oats into the seeder. The toolbox would hold an oil can and extra links for the chain in case of repairs. So you put your oats in here. Here's a 60, Oliver 60. It's 1945 version. So this one looks like it's got the 5-speed. I think it was 45 that they switched. With full cultivator. It's a full cultivator setup on here. There's a triple box wagon. 70, John Deere 70 LP high crop. Case 830 LP high crop. These are rare. 3020 diesel. 4020 diesel high crop. 730 diesel high crop. The case 830 high crop. A John Deere A high crop. John Deere G high crop. And a John Deere B single front high crop. Earthmaster. Probably one of them like orphan tractors. The lesser known Minneapolis Moline or Avery. I don't know the number of this one, but it's a small little one. Looks like their version of a little row crop up tractor. Here's a BF Avery with cultivators and an international stationary engine. A Porsche tractor. There was one in the other building. And an international I4. This thing here is a huge John Deere. Articulating. An 8020 diesel. I gotta see that thing closer. That thing's massive. Now 5 years ago, right in this area is where the Big Bud sat, and it took up like all this space. Here's a Case 442 garden tractor, a John Deere H, a Rock Island F, and a Case DV propane. Here's a John Deere B1020. And then here's a Oliver 1600 with mounted picker. It's like an Oliver picker. They also had no idea ones that would fit. Here's an example like what I was talking about at the Floyd County Museum. They had that mounted picker. This is the 74H optional. I think that took off the corn husks off the cobs before it would go into the wagon. Here's a Case Diesel 500 wagon. Here's a Ward's 1950 Ward's tractor. It's a lesser known classic. Then we got Farmall H. Here's a little garden cultivator with a Wisconsin air-cooled engine. A McCormick Deering W30. A Massey Harris 33. Here's a good one. An Oliver 88 standard. A Case 830 LP high crop. And a Case 730 high crop. I think a lot of high crops here. Here's a Case. I don't know the number of it, but it's a high crop. Look at the single rib tires on that. I like the job boxes on that. Huge. Had to have been missing the drawbar though, because there's no way you'd hook that high. Here's the International 806 diesel 4-wheel drive. It's interesting how it's drive shafts on the side and pumpkins on the side like that. Case 800 high crop and a Case DC high crop. Here's a Case 400 LP high crop. And then here's a Case DC LP high crop. I'll have to go around to get the shots. They're tucked in here pretty good. Here's a Ford 541 offset Workmaster and this thing here. I don't know what that is. It's a tractor. This thing's pretty big. And here they got like a loading dock, but it's an old grain drill. This is a Wagner, which will be before the Big Bud, a Wagner TR14A. And you can see it looks a lot like a Big Bud with the fenders that go around like that. So a Wagner. It's also got Cummins diesel in it. I'm thinking it's a 6-cylinder. Yeah, firing order is off that 6-cylinder Cummins. Pretty neat. Very similar setup to the Big Bud too in the back. Here's an old schoolhouse. This is the birthplace of the 4-H emblem. The 4-H Schoolhouse Museum. .4-H club beginnings. Got a piano, wood stove. Look, they had flat screen TVs then, back then, and dehumidifiers. Unbelievable technology they had back then. Iowa State Fair Queen.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, it is. Birthplace of the 4-H Club emblem, 1907. Okay, this is kind of like almost like a salvage yard for the Heartland Museum. She told us we could come here and look, and this would be like it's kind of like projects that maybe they want to work on or restore. So I'm gonna look around a little bit. That's kind of where it's at here at the sign, Heartland Museum. Ahead 1.3 miles. This is a Minneapolis Moline corn picker. Here's a big Wilson and Sons stationary engine. That is massive. There's an Oliver. Oh, it's got the old cast front end. This would be a 77. Got weights on it. The Farmall 300 high crop. Oh, here's a terracing plow. Hook the PTO up to that. I don't think I've ever seen one work. I'd have to look. Here's a road grader and a John Deere 720 LP. Here's a John Deere 700 sprayer. Looks like they got two of them. Or maybe even three. Old Case 600 combine. There's a 734. This one, the sprayer. A Heston 8066. I didn't even know they made tractors. I thought it was mostly balers and stuff. Minneapolis Moline combine. It's a Model L. I'm not going to get everything here. Here's some crawlers, caterpillars. There's so much to here that I can't. It's really how long you guys want to put up with the video. Massey Ferguson 35. Oh my God, look at this thing. That must be for digging a trench for like putting a piping in or a tile, you know, like tiling or something. It's pretty big though. It's a high crop. Looks like a case. A bunch of cases and stuff. Here's an old Ollie, a checkerboard, 4-wheel drive. A ditch witch. I'm kind of looking for, you know, snakes and shit too. A potato digger. Oh, here's a disc plow. I wonder what kind that is. A potato digger and a on land hitch plow. Looks like a John Deere. This is like the cleanest like salvage yard, if this is called a salvage yard, I've ever seen, where they cut the grass and everything. I mean, it's not even, it looks like they kill the weeds. Somebody spends a lot of time taking care of this stuff. This area. Here's an ollie plow. 2-bottom rooster comb. The Plowmaster 100. I'm gonna try walking through here. I just don't want to see any snakes or anything. I wouldn't like that. Yeah, I think this is a 2655. Either that or the... Yeah, it's gotta be. It's the only articulated model they had. I keep thinking about the Minneapolis Moline version, but that was different. It's a John Deere 215A. Be like a swatter, like a haybine basically. What an interesting plow this is. This looks like it's a John Deere 3-bottom 2-way. Because this side drops down, flips it that way, this side drops down, goes that way. It's missing the bottom, looks like, but that's pretty cool. Never see one like that. Oh, I know what's a John Deere because it says right there. Look, it's running and the fan's turning. Another 2655, huh?
It's got the Minneapolis Moline engine because you can see they have the separate, what do they call them, jugs? Or
Well, I'd have to go with it. It's an Oliver because of that. Because they use the mini engine on these. That big moose.
It's
with
painted
the,
Oliver
with the
colors,
piston in there.
and it's diesel.
So Dave here thinks this is a 1900, and it's got either 1800 or 1900 throttle on it. However, the hubs are different though, because the 1900 used the, wasn't it that splined?
Yeah, because that was more. Maybe it's an 1800.
I'm thinking it's, well, I've seen a serial number plate, so the steps are different on these too. Doesn't really show on there, huh?
Sometimes serial number plates are hard to get on camera.
Yeah, and I'd have to have the serial number cards to look up what it is.
Definitely an early one with that breather coming out of the transfer case like that.
Yeah, it might be an 1800, I'm thinking, because of the hubs.
I'm gonna say 1800 Series B because it's got this and not the big one like on the A series. So I'm gonna say 1800 B.
Is this has the spacers on?
Yeah.
Got the spacers on it.
Maybe they'd be willing to sell those.
I don't know. Here's a Cockshit 550. And not the Oliver version of it. This is their own tractor. Because there was a Oliver. There's a Cockshit 550, the same as an Oliver 550. It's painted red. More stuff on the side here. All kinds of stuff. Too much stuff to look at. You'll have to come down here and see it if you want to see more.